What's happening? This is the Tap In podcast. We are live inside the Tap In studio. Man, I got a special guest. I don't even know what to even say about this young lady, but a songstress, R&B diva, if you will, R&B boss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the way from H-Town, Alexis Finley in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for tapping in with us, man. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just happy to be here. I almost got blown away, but hey.
How you almost get blown away? What happened?
Because the weather tried to turn up.
Really?
It turned up. I opened my door. It's like, ooh.
It was windy?
Yeah.
Really?
Windy with sprinkles.
Okay. All right. Man, so I don't even know what even, let's start from the beginning, okay? Where did this will in you to even want to start singing? Where did that even come from? Was mom a singer, pops a singer? Like,
so my mom, she sung in choir and stuff like that. But my grandmother, some of my great aunts, they could sing. But as far as anybody just being a singer, no, not really. They had some vocal abilities, but I honestly, the earliest memory I have of singing is Deborah Cox, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here.
Okay.
And I was like 5. Now my voice has changed a lot since then. Not as high. But, I make it do what it do. But no, that's my earliest memory. Standing in front of the TV with my Nana heels on. In front of the box TV with the remote control singing.
Yeah.
So I've always just wanted to be a singer.
So from at 5 years old, you was like, this is what I'm going to do? Or you just love being in front of people singing?
So it was just more so like I just wanted to be an entertainer, right? But then when you go through school and then you see that the world has other things to offer as well, you're like, oh, well, maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to do that. But once I got to about like middle school, I knew that was what I wanted to do. I used to sing at programs, same in high school, same through college. It just kind of just became a more serious thing for me as far as like the steps to take to actually be able to do it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was good at a lot of things. But I feel like this is probably one of the very few things that I'm like great at, being an entertainer.
Okay. Talk about it. I mean, where did you hone your skills? Did you get like at the early stage, right? Where did you hone your skills? Did you get like professional help, or you just kind of mimic the people that you seen on TV? How did you hone in your skills?
So early on, I was in choir.
Okay.
Church
girl.
School choir as well. I never had vocal lessons as a child. But I did take vocal lessons as an adult, like 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I would say that was much needed because you get to learn your voice. A lot of times in choir, even if you can't read the note, or if it's going too fast, hey, you got your buddy right next to you. Just give me the note and I got it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I sang classical music in college because we had to as an instrument. So, I did that, and that was cool. I learned how to read music better. Took some piano classes, so that helped. But yeah, really, I would say 2017 is when I just kind of went pedal to the metal, like just consistency. And that was a result of me just opening my mouth and asking questions, like to the people around me who were in the industry. Hey, what do I do? Like, what are the steps to take to yield this result?
Yeah.
So I had artist development, choreography classes, vocal lessons. And then once I got together that way, and of course, personal training. So after I got all of that together, I was like, okay, well, what's next? Like, I'm making good money to invest in my career. What do I do with it? And so that's when I started investing in PR and marketing. So
okay,
I'm going a little bit past your question.
It's fine. We gonna back up a little bit because I'm always amazed, like when people be able to find their passion such at an early age, because I can't imagine me 5 years old knowing what I'm gonna do, you know what I mean? Or being able to have that long-sighted vision to even know. So I'm always fascinated by people that knew from an early age. And then I rewind back to like Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Him doing it at such a young age. By the time he's really at his peak, he's probably been doing it for 10, 15 years, where most adults, they probably only doing it 3 or 4 years, you know what I mean? Because once they find themselves and, you know what I mean, it's the whole stage, a whole journey to even get good, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To be able to be comfortable to even stand in front of people and sing, you know what I mean? Or be able to perform. So I'm always amazed by that. And I seen somewhere that you started in a girl group. That was your first group?
Yeah.
Why you look like that?
Because it didn't last that long.
How long was it?
It was probably a few months.
Really?
I was like 16, 17, 16, 17, yeah.
Okay.
So they sang beautifully, but the manager got into it with the guy that was funding the money.
Uh-huh. The manager got into it with the guy who was funding the group.
Mm-hmm. And so the guy that was funding it was related to the other girl's mom. So it just kind of fell apart. And I wonder what those ladies are doing now. They have beautiful voices. I hope they're using them. I hope so. They could sing.
Really?
They taught me some things.
You haven't never tried to reach back out to them or see what they're doing, or?
I don't remember.
Really?
I do not remember, to be honest. Like, we knew each other for 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you even get in the group then? How did you find them, or how did they find you?
So the manager was my mom's personal trainer.
Oh, so he wasn't like a real manager.
I mean, I don't know. You know, people got multiple jobs.
Okay.
I ain't seen him since.
Okay.
I don't even remember his name. Wow.
Dang.
I've been living too much life.
Yeah. Okay, so how did they find you again? He was your mom's personal trainer.
Mm-hmm. She just started working out at this private gym.
Okay.
And he was just like, I'm starting a girl group, you know. She's like, oh, my daughter can sing. And so, yeah.
Oh, okay. And so that sounded like he was trying to get at your mama. That's what that sounded like. He was trying to get it.
I never caught that.
No?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No. Actually, my mom was married.
Oh, okay.
My mom had just gotten married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and just had another baby.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, me and my younger sister are like 16 years apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she can sing too, but you know we ain't gotta unpack that.
Okay.
might do some teasers with me and her harmonizing.
Okay. She can sing like that for real? So it must be in the moms. The moms may be in that gene.
Well, we have different fathers biologically. So he got an ear. He can hold some notes and do some things too if he really took it seriously, you know, when he was younger. But you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. Same thing that happened with my mom. So she might have kind of got it both sides a little bit.
Okay.
But my daddy, he cannot sing
at all.
My stepdaddy, he can do some things. My daddy cannot sing.
Okay. Okay.
No offense. He can rap though. He got bars.
Okay. All right. And so, as the group didn't go for 2 months, and then what happened after that? After the group, after 2 months, when they was like, okay, the group is done. Did you start pursuing it, or you was just like up in the air? No,
so that's the thing with me. Like, I didn't really know what to do. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really go like pedal to the metal and like never stop until like 2017. But I started making my own music like in 2015. So during that time when I was in school, I was in the choir, had some solos and stuff, finished out the year, went to college. I wanted to go to Full Sail University, and I got accepted, but Full Sail is really, really, really expensive. And then there's
Full
no dorms.
Sail?
Yeah, it's like a production school.
Oh, okay.
It's like an accelerated program. It was probably gonna be like almost $80,000, and I was gonna be in Florida. I didn't have anybody there to live with, you know. It wasn't just like regular dorms, it was like apartments. Then I had no car, so I was like, okay, let me go somewhere where I get a college experience and still get to study production. So I ended up going to SFA and I studied sound recording technology. So I learned like the back end to the music and how it's made, and I learned a lot of stuff about the music business. So then, when I graduated, I started making music.
Okay.
And then I had no money to put behind myself. So then that's why I didn't really start pedal to the metal until 5 years ago.
Let me ask you this. Knowing what you know now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going back then from trying to invest in yourself. Because most of the time I hear artists, they looking for somebody to invest in them,
Mm-hmm.
right? What would you say, do you think you chose the best route to invest in yourself versus trying to go the traditional route of I'm trying to get signed, I want somebody to invest in me?
So just because I invested in myself doesn't mean that I don't want to get signed or I don't need further investment, right? Because your money can only go so far. And frankly, sometimes it's just better to use other people's money and resources. But when you're trying to get your career off the ground and trying to build a name for yourself, there are certain little things that you need to have airtight before you can even be presentable to a label or, just even have a name for yourself. So that's why I just grassroots. I was just like, okay, let me get the voice together. Let me make sure the body is right. Let me make sure my mind is right. Let me make sure I can, move and entertain. So I just did these little steps. And then once I was ready, I was like, okay, so PR and marketing, because that's how you get to the next level. If you don't go viral, you have to put money behind your marketing. Like, that's just what it is. So that is my recommendation. Even if it's like, I started as little as like $200, $300 a month paying a publicist to do things for me.
Really?
I don't pay that anymore, but that's how I started off. So, I mean, if you budget, sacrifice eating out some, you could possibly afford it, but you have to start somewhere. It's not, you can't just bank on open mics and going viral, because everybody's doing it now. People who just breathe a certain way are getting deals.
What do you feel about that? Because I feel like I seen this thing on TikTok that it pissed me off a little bit, but it was still funny and entertaining. The girl who do the pretty like her and the Catch Me Outside girl, like they are, I guess, music artists, quotes.
So if they do have real talent, I'm unaware. But if they do, then, I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
That was a creative way to get your real sound out. I'm still waiting to hear it.
You don't feel like you need to do something like gimmicky to show your talent?
If it ain't genuine, if it's not authentic, then I ain't with it.
Okay.
Like, I'm a goofy person as is. So if I catch something funny that catches, then that's cool. But like, I'm not about to not dumb period, period. I'm not doing all of that. And yeah, it did piss me off that somebody can walk in a place doing that and people cheer.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? So it's a bit annoying because, there's people who really work hard at their craft. And there's some people that's just like, oh, I want to start doing this today. And, got the luck of the draw. But, I mean, honestly, if your talent, whatever you're doing, if it's of any substance, it will stand the test of time. If it's not, it won't. So, but I'm okay having it the way God wants it for me. I'm okay with that. Okay. So I'm not saying that it pisses me off because I'm jealous, because ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? So however God wants me to pop off and come up, that's how it's going to happen.
Yeah. It seems like to me, majority of artists or entertainers, especially like if they're new entertainers, right? Mm-hmm. They pop off from drama first and then music. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Stunts, yeah.
That's the way I'm seeing the strategy going. I don't see that coming from you though. I don't see you in no drama. I'll see you kind of like low key. You know what I mean? Would you like, not purposely, but would you entertain that, to be in some drama, like have your personal life out there to get your music off?
No. But if it were a situation to where, say, I did a song with somebody and people assume that, and people ask me about it, I can say no comment. Something like that. But I wouldn't go as so far to pretend like I'm like with somebody. I'm not about to play beef with nobody. That's what I'm not gonna do. I'm not doing. If you ever see beef coming from me, that is real. Okay. And then even that I try to keep to myself, you know. Yeah, I'm a very polished person. Like I like being transparent, but I like to spread like love and light and laughter,
but
like light.
That's what the people gonna be wanting to know. Like, what happened with the beef? Like, what's going on? They gonna want you to talk about it, and that's how people find Alexis, who Alexis is, because they know, oh, who's this Alexis girl? Who is this? Like, what she got to say? And that's how I get caught up too. You know what I mean? When I see some drama, like for example, like the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez thing. Yeah. Like I really wasn't checking for Tory like that before all this popped off. You know what I mean? I thought he was cool or whatever. But now that I see him like in some drama, I'm like, oh, okay, let me check his music out. Let me see what else he got going on, and how was he even able to be in the company of Megan? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And now he's kind of talking about it and feeding the people. You wouldn't do none of that? You wouldn't be a part of none of that?
It depends on if it's real or not. So just FYI, if you ever hear me saying that somebody harmed me in some type of way, I'm not lying. You know what I mean? So if it really happened and that's his truth, then yeah, cool, speak your truth. If it really happened and, you know, the way she said it is and that's her truth, then yeah, speak your truth. But I'm just not about to be caught up in lying and blaming.
No, I'm not saying lying, but because here's what I get from you, right? I feel like you're a very private person, you know what I mean? And all of your drama or issues or you dealing with, you'll put it in music. You don't necessarily go to like Instagram or go live and say, oh yeah, this motherfucker did it. Like, you don't seem like that type of person to me.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not at all. But I am transparent. So if you ask me about a certain situation, if it's okay for me to speak about it, just depending on, you know, what level I'm on or what the situation is, I'll speak on it, but I'm not going to bash anybody.
Okay.
You know how people say facts and then they'll add extra stuff in there? Yeah. And she don't got a good relationship with her mama. And that, I'm not finna do all of that. I'm just going to speak facts. So I will open up, but it just depends on what it's about. Sometimes I'll open up and not drop names. You know, I've opened up about like past relationships before. And I don't know if they, you know, ever watched the interview, and I don't really care. So.
Was the person that you was dating, were they like known or were they like in the industry? Oh, okay. So they don't even count. They don't count.
But we may get to a point to where that happens. But you know, prayerfully, maybe somebody just snatch me up and I'll be married low key. And they gotta worry about all that crap. I have the good problem.
Yeah.
It's hard out here.
Man. Listen, I'm married, so I don't have to. I can't even imagine dating now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even know. And I heard, because I did some little homework on you. You wrote a whole album about breakup. What was the album called?
Recovery. That was my first. That was my first EP. I put
really? Out. Okay. A whole album, or was it just a song?
So it was Recovery. Real, Return, Risk.
And people can go and listen to it now.
About a good 3 of them. 3 of them were about breakup. Real was kind of more of like a good feeling that somebody gives you, like being in love. Because I always got to give somebody like a light feeling. I can't just give you all darkness. Okay. Got to give you some light. Okay. And one was a little spunky. So yeah, majority of the EP was a little like You Broke My Heart on some Mary J vibes.
Okay. All right. What can a guy do to make you write music? I mean, I know majority of the answers are you cheated, right?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
No.
What happened? Because I just trying to think as somebody dating.
A lot of the music was about people I was actually in situationships with, not even like in a official committed relationship.
Oh.
Yeah. So there were two instances where a guy that I was dealing with, one instance where a guy that I was dealing with had sex with one of my friends. Me and him were not like there anymore, but like that was just off limits because me and her were real close. Like she was like a little sister to me. At least I thought, but obviously I don't know. God bless her.
So,
but
damn, that's so. The guy that you were like, y'all wasn't in like a relationship, but y'all was kind of talking, right?
Yeah, we were just going round and round for like a couple of years. This was like I was in college, and like as soon as I left and graduated,
he was still there.
They had a movie night. He was there on some like graduate school type stuff, but yeah, they had like a movie night.
Lord have mercy.
And she knew better. I was just like, she just wanted what, people just want to taste of what you taste.
Listen, some people like leftovers, you know what I mean?
It's like, all good, girl, but it's just the principle.
Yeah.
Because he and I were still friends. It's just like some boundaries you don't cross, you know? But that's kind of what sparked the actual record recovery. And then another situation, a guy, I guess he would be considered my ex. We wasn't officially together for that long, but we were dealing each other for a long time. He ended up being in a relationship with one of my closest friends' best friends. So I knew her too. Like we were good associates.
And he got in a relationship with you and her?
Not at the same time.
Okay.
Not at the same time.
So separate times.
We were trying to he was coming back around. We were coming back around to each other. And then he was just like, I don't want a relationship. And I was like, cool, I'm going to move on then. And so then I dated a guy for 6 months, and I found out he was with a girl. So I was like, bro, I only dated him because you was like, so it was just a lot. It was a lot. I'm older and wiser now. Well, it was just too much. It was too much.
So
it's too much. It's okay. We ain't got to unpack it.
Yes, let's unpack this.
That's 5 years ago.
You really wanted to be in a relationship with dude.
Did.
But he said he didn't want a relationship. You went and dated somebody else. And then he got with one of your friends or one of your associates through a friend.
Not through it, but I'm just saying, like, this girl has been in my house before. She had been, like, in my car before.
That was cool.
Yeah, but, like, honestly, my issue wasn't even with her, because she didn't know. The severity of our relationship. Guys downplay stuff. And she has no loyalty to me. We wasn't like friends.
But you was mad at him because you was like, the only reason
bro,
I moved
what you lied to me for?
Yeah.
If like this what you wanted, you could have just said it. I mean we all kind of went to the same school, so it was just people are gonna revolve around each other. I just like people to keep it real with me. Let me know what's up. Yeah. So I know how to move. Like I can't be mad at that girl. I ain't mad at her. The first girl I'm mad at. Well, not mad at, but the first girl I would not talk to or have in my presence. The other girl, I ain't got no beef with her. She cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Still to this day, I will hug her and say, "Hey, girl, how you doing?"
But the guy, is he cool still? Does he get a pass?
He does not get a pass. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Me and him are cordial now.
Okay.
But that's it. There's no back and forth. Like, I'm not in between no phases with nobody.
Yeah. No, because this is what like a you just giving game. You know what I'm saying? You just talking about like things that you went through. You know what I mean? I know I don't know what your current situation is. I want to get into that later on.
Okay.
But from artists for artists that are, having to bring that real life situations in. What was the second song for that second situation? Or did you even write about that? Or Recovery was all of those situations wrapped in one?
So there was a song on the Recovery EP titled, because Recovery is a titled track.
Oh, okay.
So the EP was titled Recovery, and there was a song called Recovery.
Okay.
So the song about this situation, about the associate, that was actually Return. So the song starts off by saying, "How could you love somebody more than me?" Yeah.
We all gonna go listen to it now and see
if
what
you
can
find it.
Oh, it's not online no more?
No, I took it down.
Why?
So in March of this year, I was supposed to be opening up for Chris Brown. And so my music, I appreciate my process and my music, but it has grown to another level production wise. And so we didn't want me to be on stage, in front of all these people, and they look at my old music and the production is not up to par with the industry sound that I have now. So, now I have production that could like win Grammys.
Okay.
Before it wasn't there.
Is there a situation where you can reproduce the music and put it back up? I
thought about it. I asked my producer Lab to do it for the one that did this Lab's album Beautiful Ones. I asked him to remix some of my stuff. He said I'd rather work on new stuff. I said I understand, because we come up with some good shit together. So eventually one day, but like just this ain't the time. This not the season for that.
See, and I'm kind of I get that, mm-hmm. But I'm kind of torn because I as a fan, right? I like hearing like the evolution of an artist. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear they probably was like doing it in a closet versus now that I'm really finding them. Now I see the production, because I remember it was two artists that I found on YouTube. It was MGK and Wiz Khalifa. And just to see their elevation, how they was just moving and going about it, and now to see where they are now, I think that is so dope. And I think this was probably right when streaming was first even coming out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm kind of torn in that sense.
Well, so I thought about that too. Of course I did. So I kept my videos up.
Okay,
YouTube.
So the videos are still there.
So there's videos up of the old stuff on YouTube.
Okay.
There's like a few tracks missing, but yeah. And so those I definitely may revisit. Like it's a song on Sensitive Savage EP that I really like. It's called Like Me. It's kind of like just bet you never had a woman like me. And I never did a visual to it, and I took it down. So that's something that I might bring back. Cause it was a dope beat, Yeah. Q Smith, Digital University.
Okay.
Yeah. So I might bring that back. But Recovery, I pretty much made a visual to every song on that EP. Okay. Yeah, I did. So you can always find Recovery stuff, and then a little bit of, for Sensitive Savage, maybe like 3 records.
Okay. So it's all on YouTube. Maybe not on.
So you can hear like some growth, because I wanted to be transparent in that way. Like you need to know, like I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. You know what I mean? Because everybody's like, oh, new R&B artist. Like, nah.
Yeah,
I've been doing this, so whenever my time come, I'm ready.
And I think that's where you get those people saying, "Oh, they're implant or transplant or what is it called? Dang, what are they? Industry plant or something like that."
Yeah.
That's where you get those things. People can't find old music when you first started. You know what I mean? So, what is your when it comes to writing music and producing music? What is your process?
Well, I took a backseat on producing.
Okay.
I could do that when I'm a little older.
Okay.
But right now, you got to keep your youth, and image is everything. So we putting the artist Alexis in the forefront.
Okay.
If I hear some things like, okay, this, that, but I'll let them do their job.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was your question?
What's your writing process?
Sorry. So I like to write actually to a beat in the studio. I don't really like to write before, because I'm like a very empathetic person. I'm kind of like a chameleon when it comes to emotions. So I can kind of tap in to different parts of me.
Okay. What's your sign?
A Pisces.
Okay. I don't know nothing about Pisces, but okay. Go ahead.
So I like actually feeling the beat. So I kind of just think about how it makes me feel. And I take a situation from my life, or if it makes me feel a certain type of way, I'll just say, hey, here's the topic. This is what we're writing about today. I want to come from this angle. Or sometimes I'll write about something a friend told me about. I've done that too.
Okay. So what was, I heard the song Ransom. What was Ransom about? Was that a real life situation, or was that something?
I didn't take anybody's man up for ransom. Okay, I don't take men, but so that was supposed to be a twerk record. That was more so energy. We needed like something that people can dance to, move to, feel good, and want to throw it bad. You know,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
So that ransom is just basically about being in your bag, being about your business. You know, I'm about my money. Like, that's really what it is. And, you know, the video kind of plays off of, oh, yeah, I took a man up for ransom. But the kicker at the end was she brought me the money. And I was like, all right, bye. You know, and he didn't want to leave.
Okay.
So that's just how my energy is. They come and they don't want to leave.
What are you doing to these men? What's happening?
Nothing. And it's not even saying that. Like, it's not even saying that I'm doing anything sexual. I'm just being me.
Okay.
And people just gravitate towards me. So I just know who I am as a woman, and it's just kind of bossed up through the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
By my business, by my bag, and then the hold you up for ransom just was the kicker. To be honest, and for that record, I was asleep half of the record when it was being written.
Huh?
So we have like writing sessions. So with my latest album, Beautiful Ones, we had a whole team of writers. So it was me, the producer lab, and then Joel Love, and then sometime Ace Kid will come in on it. His name is Derek. He's the reason why I met them. And we had a couple people come in, but like it was literally us core three. And then Most Likely, sorry, I forgot about him. He actually produced on the record too. So on this song, I was still working my job as a loan officer. So I worked probably like 10, 12 hours a day. So studio less than 10 minutes from my house to go to the studio. They started like making the beat because they make the beats from scratch in the studio. And so I'm like, that a nigga said something. And he was like, oh, we actually like that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to put that down. That was the first line. Okay. And then I put 4 more lines, right? Went to sleep. I woke up with 2 verses and chorus.
Okay.
And I liked it, so I kept it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, here's the thing. With like, I don't know why most R&B artists, they don't get no slack from people saying, oh, okay, somebody else wrote this for me, versus where hip hop, like rap artists, they get a lot of slack. What's your feeling on that?
You do what you want when you pop in. If you can deliver it and be an artist, it is what it is. Honestly, I've written a lot of music and I felt some type of way. It was different for me, uncomfortable for me to have others' input, more than one person's input. But my goal is to be the greatest R&B artist that I can be. You know, and if I beat other people in the process, then that is what it is. But I'm only competing with myself. So I know in order to obtain the sound that I wanted to obtain, I need to do something different. So if I'm sitting in a room with somebody that worked with Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, G-Unit, all of that, I'm going to listen to what they got to say. I'm going to be a sponge. And if this is how they do it, they want to vocal produce, we write as a team, cool. Because I feel like multiple minds together it can come up with much more. Like on my song Trouble, it's like an Afrobeat song. I said something about a dude kind of like making me hot, you know, just from him being like fine. Joel Love, he's one of my main writers on everything, and he said, I want to feel your blaze on my body.
Your
that
blaze.
Shit was, yeah, like, I mean, who thought about that? Like, so they can take what you say and just like take it to the next level. So it doesn't mean that someone is taking complete creative control. It just means they're giving an input to make it better. And I'm all about for the betterment of my music as an artist. Because like when I heard their songs, I was like, oh yeah, I need my stuff to sound like that. So whatever we got to do. And it makes me better as a writer and as a vocalist.
Yeah.
So we all win.
Yeah. And I think people don't understand music is like building a house. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a foundation, somebody that's perfect in building foundations. Somebody could do walls, somebody could do electrics. You know what I mean? Like plumbing, like all these different people. Not one person is fixing the whole house. You know what I mean? Just because you enjoy it from the one person, like it's a whole construction that has to come in to making music. Do you still really enjoy making music?
I do. I do.
Okay.
I really, really
It hasn't become like a job yet?
The job part is, you know, going to clubs for appearances and like
doing interviews.
But I mean, it depends on the interview, right?
Okay.
Like here, I feel really relaxed. I feel really cool. Like I mean,
Okay.
even though it is still a job, I would say the most jobby feeling is kind of being somewhere you wouldn't really prefer to be. So that's more so like certain events.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes you're
Yeah.
like, oh Lord, I don't feel like putting on makeup today. I just want to like lay on my couch. Like this weekend, I'm prepared for the whole weekend. I know what I came to do. But even with performing, it used to kind of feel like a job. But the more I kept doing it and working with schooling talent, I've just become so comfortable on stage and comfortable with who I am and as an artist. It's like I control the show. So it's actually become fun for me. And I'm like, oh, damn, I can't forget this step. I'm the artist. If I forget it, you don't know because I do what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, yeah.
Dang, okay. Have you heard about, I just thought about it, but it was something where, I forget, they were doing like highlights for artists in Dallas. It was called, dang it, I can't remember right now. But it was like showcases for artists in Dallas. I'm gonna have to get you the name of it. Okay, so as an R&B artist, how come you haven't like left Dallas or left Houston and moved to Atlanta where everybody else is, or go to LA? What's keeping you here in the South?
Well, I started off as a loan officer. That's how I was able to invest in my career, right?
Okay.
So the rates was real low in 2020. And I said, if I'm going to purchase a home, I'm going to purchase it where I'm from in Houston. That's where I wanted to purchase my home at.
Okay.
That's how I felt like I was going to get the most bang for my buck. I locked in my 2.75. And I said, if I want to go somewhere else, I could just fly there. Or if somebody else want me somewhere else, they can fly me out, So...
Okay. So
I mean, I don't feel like I have to move. I mean, I have so many flyer miles. Praise the Lord. Okay. I'm a premier silver. Hopefully I can elevate in my my status. But
okay.
so I mean, if something calls for me to move somewhere else and I have to, I'm open to do that. I don't have any kids. I'm not married, so I can do what I want to do, and I set my life up to where I could do so.
That's dope, man.
So
that's dope.
But I'd rather just fly there. I love Houston. I love Dallas. It's only like down the street. So I love Texas. I would love to live. I just feel my money is just better used here.
Yeah.
Better utilized here, honestly.
Yeah.
So
yeah. As a Texas girl, this gonna sound so crazy. As a Texas girl, can you cook?
Yes, I can cook.
Okay. I mean, here's my thought of Texas women, right? Texas women, they can cook and they can fight.
They can cook and fight. That's funny.
That's my ideal of a Texas woman. You don't seem nothing like that. You seem so like an old soul type woman. You know what I mean?
Old souls can cook.
Yeah, but I mean in the way where you just like, here's how I see you, right? And please don't take this is I see you as the woman who sit on her porch, rocking chair, just watching everybody. She know everybody business, but she don't tell nobody business. But she just be on the porch.
My God.
You just on the porch, just watching everybody like, yep, that's Charles over there. He got a woman over there, but his real house is over there with that wife. So yeah.
So
that's not like you.
I mean, I don't know about the rocking chair thing. Maybe, give me about 50 years for that. You know?
No, that's what I mean. Like your soul feel like
yeah,
that kind
I mean,
of mature.
but people do confide in me a lot. Let's just say this: I'll tell my business before I tell anybody else's. So there's a lot of things that I know, but if it ain't at liberty to say, it does not serve me to be talking a whole bunch of stuff. But no, I am kind of an old soul.
Okay.
I grew up with adults, pretty much. So I'm the only child from my mom and my dad together. Okay. Right? I have 3 sisters, but my dad he married my stepmom, and they had 2 kids, and they're like right under me. And then my mom and my stepdad when I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and now she's
Okay.
in middle school. So
Gotcha. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. When it comes to music business, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to see changed in the music business, or something you like? You know what? I wish they would do this different in the music business.
Honestly, I just wish it was more so about talent than numbers.
Okay.
More so about talent than numbers, because if you have somebody that is talented, willing to put in the work ethic, marketable, likable as a person, I feel like you can make them into what you want them to be. And I feel like you could make even more money. You can make that long money, not that quick money. So that's one thing that I wish that would change. Because even me, like as an artist, yeah, I have a following. I have a good support system, but it's still not to a level to where, some labels may want to sign an artist. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. Because nobody is doing R&B like I'm doing it. And I'm not saying that to be cocky. It's just, different time, all the work that I've invested, I've honed in on my craft, and I make sure that I stand apart. So I haven't seen many artists that's doing it how I'm doing it, if that makes sense. I know a lot of great artists, but I just feel like I deserve to be somewhere else. And I do. And in due time, that will be so.
Somewhere else, like what? What you mean? Like, on a higher
Like,
platform or
higher
more notoriety?
platform. I performing on these award shows, like the way I train for this stuff, like, I mean, I am not too good for a little stage. I rock the hell out of a little stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know that my value is up there. I know that I'm deserved. That's one thing that I learned about the whole Chris Brown situation. I was really sad that the concert got canceled and everything. But what I learned in that situation was that I was deserving of it. Because I worked for it. And I belonged on that caliber of a stage. So it's kind of all about knowing your worth, knowing what you deserve, and actually acting on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I know I'm going to get there.
Yeah. I believe it too. I always see you in different places, right? Like, I even seen you with Cash from Real Tune, Casual.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you all on his page sometimes.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you in different little mixers. So I always see you like everywhere. So I know the work ethic is there. You know what I mean? Would you sign with a major label?
Yeah, the numbers were right.
Okay. When you say numbers right, what does that mean? Because I always see people say that, but I'm like, what does the number right? Because from my understanding, when it comes to record contracts, whatever they give you up front, you got to pay back no matter what. Mm-hmm. So when I'm thinking numbers is right, I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean to you?
So numbers is right. I'm like the advancement, being able to actually do something with the money. It has to be more than I can do for myself, first of all. You know what I mean? And then splits, royalties, sometimes there's situations to where the artist is completely robbed and every dollar they make goes to the label. So, I mean, I'd be open to signing a publishing deal versus, something with a label. I'd be open to that too. It just depends on the numbers, if the numbers is right.
What's the difference? Because I don't know. What's the difference between the publishing and like royalties? I don't know the difference.
So it all kind of feeds together, but like with record label, they basically own everything you do, right? More so with publishing, it's just on the publishing side. So you're not really signed to a label.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense, but I know the difference. It's kind of hard to explain.
No,
but
I'm just saying, like, publishing, I'm thinking, like, when it comes to the music side, I don't know. Yes, I don't know what's the difference. The publishing is where it's on the radio, where it's on streaming, where it's on maybe TV or something like that.
Yeah, and you can still be considered an independent artist with a publishing deal. When it comes to being signed to a label, they have full control.
Yeah, because they're I guess assuming all the risk by investing it up front.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about if people signing to majors. You know what I mean? Because once you do that, you give up everything.
It depends on how long too. You know, you can sign like maybe like a 2-year deal, use all the resources you can, and go independent.
See,
you could do that.
You think a record company would do that? From what I hear, they be like, we want to get you for 5 albums. You know what I mean? 5 records. We'll give you $1.5 million. You know what I mean? For your first record deal or for your first album, whatever. And then by round album 3, people be acting funny. And because they know around album 3, you done said everything that you need to say. Some lies, 2 albums probably ain't gonna do nothing, and now you in the red. This is from my understanding of the record companies. You know what I mean? And you thinking a 5 album deal, like, yo, that's dope. That means they want to invest in me. But it's really like a trap to just keep you.
Yeah, that's a little too long.
5 albums?
Yeah, that's long. I mean, I've heard of people offering less than that, but like,
okay,
5 albums.
That's a lot.
I gotta have one of them splits that Megan got. I think she ended up with like, it was like a 60-40 deal. That's good for an artist to get.
Yeah.
Artists barely get 20.
Yeah.
If that.
Does the record company matter anymore? Like, I remember when I was growing up, Def Jam, if you was on Def Jam, it was like, yo, that's a big deal. He's a Def Jam artist. Does that really matter nowadays?
Not as much as it did, but it still does. It still does hold some weight.
Okay.
It holds some weight.
Is there a record company that you would want to sign with? Like, I want to be over here on this roster? Anybody?
No.
Anybody who come with the bag?
If the numbers are right. It's not anybody, but I feel like they have to be known in some type of way, right? But or had some type of good track record. But I'm not like, oh, I just have to sign to Warner or Universal or Atlantic. No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I don't really think about it like that. Like, when I manifest certain things, it's more so like goals I want to reach. But that doesn't include the label. Like, I've included like characteristics I want my label to have, but not the specific label.
Okay. What are some of your goals that you want to accomplish? Do you set goals for New Year's and all that?
I set goals as I feel they need to be set. I do things for New Year's sometimes, but I normally, if I see something that needs to be changed, I kind of just do it then. You know, but I do have certain goals that I want to accomplish because I know that, you know, we're at the end of the year, so it's kind of impossible for some of these goals to happen. But in 2023, I want to see X, Y, and Z. So some of my goals, my personal goals, I want to make, 6 figures on my businesses, like the businesses I have outside of music, some new stuff that I'm starting. So
what other businesses you have?
So I have a drop shipping business. Yeah, and then I have kind of like a YouTube monetization thing going on. So I just want income streams from multiple places. Outside of that, for music, I would love to make it to some award shows and get on those stages. So those are definitely like some of my goals for next year.
Okay. Is anybody helping you with any of these things, or you kind of just figuring it out on your own?
No, I have a manager. I have a team.
Okay. For the music or for all the businesses?
For the music. For the businesses, I have kind of mentors.
Okay. Okay. Dang. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope, because I don't hear artists talking about stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like, outside of music, how they plan to make money and how they plan to. I don't hear this from people. It's just music. If they don't make it music, then I'm like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being a starving artist.
Right, and I also have a ownership interest in a seafood restaurant, but I just can't really talk about it.
Okay.
But I have that too, so.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it how I live. You know what
I like that. This is dope, man. Who put you onto this, having all these different business, or is this something you just like, I want to make sure I have, or
So whenever I got to a point I was able to actually invest in my career, I kind of knew how much money I needed to make, right? But I knew that I had to make my money work for me. I had to work smarter. So I can't be using or giving 10 to 12 hours a day to something that doesn't really benefit me in the long run. So I was just like, okay, well, I have to, this is the perfect time. The market's up. Let me go out and get the money, because the money's always there. I've been in a space to where I had a lot, been in a space to where I had a little. So my relationship with money is a little different. So it's just me taking different things I'm good at that I know that people would like, and applying it. But I've always been told, I mean, since I was younger, like, it takes, 5 to 6 streams of income to be a millionaire. And so it's always been a goal of mine to be financially free and to, create generational wealth for, my generations to come after me. Because, I don't want people in my family or my lineage not to be able to invest in their careers just because of finances. Because I wish that there had been money that was able to be allocated towards my dreams at a younger age. Because, I always knew I wanted to sing, but, what would have happened if I would have been in vocal lessons since 7 versus, in my 20s,
Yeah.
So it's just different things, and that's cool. Like, my path is my path, but if I could do anything to make the path easier in a sense when it came to finances for people to come up behind me, then I'm more than willing to do that.
Yeah.
And I want to enjoy life.
Yeah. That's what we all
life.
should be doing. You know what I mean? And what about your merch too? Where can people get your merch?
So you can get my merch at IamAlexisFinley.com. I have merch available for where you at. I got these cute sweatshirts, t-shirts, have drawstring bags, towels, and I have nice hats. So for all sponsors and for my Where You At. And I also dropped the Where You At video too on the same day I dropped the merch.
Okay.
So it's fun,
Yeah.
Fun little video, colorful.
Okay. Are you gonna be performing anywhere soon, or you kind of laying low until after the holidays and New Year's and all that?
So tomorrow I am performing for it's Texas Fleet Week.
Okay.
So that's why I'm out here actually. So they're having an artist showcase hosted by Hits Cartel Radio.
Okay.
So I'm headlining. I'll be headlining with the 69 Boys.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? The 69 Boys. Okay. Okay.
So I'll be performing tomorrow.
Tootsie Roll for those who don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tootsie Roll, y'all. So yeah, they're performing last, but I'm going right before them. So I should probably be performing between like 4:30, 4:50 tomorrow at the Green Elephant. So if y'all in Dallas,
come through.
Come see me.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming through, Alexis.
Of course. Thanks for having me. Thanks for going on this journey with me. I know I've probably exposed a lot.
That's good.
A lot to wrap your mind around.
That's
I'm
good.
Like, okay.
That's good though. I think more artists should like be vulnerable with their fans, open up to their fans. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's, like you said, whatever you want to know, just ask you be transparent and you'll tell them, but you ain't volunteering no information at the same time.
No, not unless it's something I want you to know,
Okay. So before we get you out of here, your current dating situation, what's that looking like?
I'm dating.
Oh, okay. So
getting to know
somebody. Okay, one person. Okay, cool. All right.
I'm not but I'm not in a committed relationship.
Okay.
So
does that affect your music in a maybe good or a bad way?
Not really. I can kind of pull from anything.
Okay.
When it comes to my music. But now I'm in a good space. I'm really focused on me and elevating in my career, being healthy, staying in shape, stuff like that. And, the business, of course. And so I'm just kind of letting things flow, but not really just up for anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really in a space to where I'm just controlling my energy. So everybody doesn't get that opportunity to, take from me or receive my energy. So it's very calculated.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how difficult it is to date now in this Instagram kind of social media stage, and then with being an artist, and then having all these different businesses that you gotta manage, you know what I mean? Like, is it difficult to do?
Yeah, sometimes, but I mean, if you can, you make time for what you want to make time for. That's
Is he in the industry or no? The guy.
I can't tell you all of that now.
Why? Why? Why not? Why you get? Is he? He must be in the industry.
No,
He's not. You just not gonna say nothing. Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
and I do not lie well at all.
Okay.
So I just rather say nothing.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, I hope that goes great for you, man. You know what I mean? I really do. I really think being an artist and having somebody like supporting you and like really there for you, I think that's when you really give your best, when you have that, you know, that support system and that back, somebody that really is genuine for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does help, you know, to have not necessarily somebody to come home to, because necessarily, you know, but call when you come home, or you know, it just depends on the day, you know.
Yeah.
But it's nice that that person to debrief everything with, and just like, you know, support you.
Yeah.
In a different way than your friends do, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Dang, I got so many questions about that. Cause I the reason why I want to know, like, what is how is he pouring into you, like with the business, with the entertainment, like with different things outside of y'all relationship, you know what I mean?
More so just like encouragement, knowledge.
Okay.
Just based off of his experiences.
Is he older than you?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, that's good. I always think that is the key element for women.
Mm-hmm.
Get somebody a little older, a little bit more seasoned, a little more chill. They got their stuff together, you know what I mean? Especially for like professional women. I think that's always good for women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. And he holds me accountable.
Okay.
So.
That's good.
That's cool. Because, like, I'm always the person that holds other people accountable. So, you know, it's nice to kind of, like, get that back. Like, okay.
He making you do stuff you said you was going to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it be the tone for me. I love it, though.
What you mean the tone?
Like, I mean, in my mind, it's like, well, shit, you said you was going to do it, so do it. Ain't nothing else to it. Ain't no ifs, ands, ain't no... Just do it.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I am with other people. So it's just funny, like, oh, okay, now I got that person that's going to be like, yeah. Well, we think I got that person. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Okay.
If so, y'all might not know for a long time. So.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know if this is good or bad, but you give me like some Megan vibes. I don't know if that's a Houston kind of thing.
Megan vibes, like Megan. Oh,
Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah.
I mean, I like to twerk sometimes. So. I got Houston knees like Megan.
You got Houston knees like Megan? Okay.
I can't wait to meet her. She's so cute.
Yeah. You just give me that kind of vibe from what I see from her on you know, TV or Instagram, whatever.
Personality side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've never seen you twerk. I've seen too many videos of her twerking.
Yeah, you're not going to see that a lot from me.
Yeah.
On Ransom, when we perform tomorrow, we going to shake it a little bit. But tasteful twerk.
What's a tasteful twerk? I ain't never seen a tasteful twerk.
Twerking with some clothes on, basically. Not bending over, busting it open, you know. Like,
okay. Tasteful twerking.
You know, like,
give you some TT tomorrow.
But not like, damn. Like that. Not the men not trying to look, and the women looking too. Not that type of twerk.
Okay. You gonna get some TT tomorrow, man. And it's at the Green Elephant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Green Elephant, downtown Dallas. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all get the tickets to go see her. Whenever Alexis pull up in your city, man, make sure y'all go tap in with her, man. Alexis Finley, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
R&B Boss clocking out. I'm gonna start using that one. Clocking out. Clocking out.
Okay.
On my own job.
Yeah. Yo, man, thank y'all for tapping in, man. This has been the Tap In Podcast. Holla.